Hi, Robert Chuckrow here. I'd like to discuss and demonstrate some elements of what is called stepping like a cat in Taiji movement. What that means is whenever you take a step, when the stepping foot touches the floor, there's no force on the floor, just the slightest touch. Or at that moment, all of the weight of the body is balanced on the rooted foot, and the center of gravity of the whole body is directly above the center of the rooted foot. Only when that condition is met can then the weight shift to the stepping foot, but it has to do so continuously, no discontinuity. I'll talk about some of the different kinds of stepping in Taiji and start with the stepping to the side in preparation, the first movement. So the way I do it is I start with the heels together, sink into my right leg, turn to my right, this way, and now step out with the left foot. Shift onto that foot, etc. Turn. So the problem is, in that step and in all others, is the following. When people step, anybody steps, and you bring that leg out, the weight of that leg now shifts your center of gravity in that direction. And if you do not make a correction, the center of gravity will not be, or your center of gravity will not be directly over the weighted foot. The result of that is you are falling onto this foot. That was falling. I didn't fall all the way because the floor stopped me. But in other situations that may not happen. So when I step, I have to now counterbalance the weight of that, the effect of the weight of that leg. And so as I step, my body has to shift oppositely to my right. See if you can see that I'm doing that. Now my foot is just touching the floor very lightly, and I can shift on and do the rest of the move. The next kind of stepping is stepping forward, as in ward off left. So I just finished the beginning move, and now I'm going to step forward. So I shift onto the left leg, turn to the right, etc. I won't talk too much about the other elements of the move. And now when it comes to stepping, before I start to take the step, all my weight has to be centered over the center of the foot. That is my total center of gravity. This leg is extended, so it's pulling my body that way. So I have to make the right correction. Now, as I step, there should be no weight on this leg. It's totally empty. And now as I step, I have to shift my center of gravity this way to avoid the weight of that leg pulling me and falling on that foot. So I'm not going to do this and just casually lift this foot and fall on it. What I do is I feel the weight come off that foot, no pressure, and adjust my center of gravity as I step. Now I can shift and turn and do the rest of the move. Another example is the kind of step in the punch where the left foot is all the way to the rear and then it steps all the way forward. So I'll turn to the side to show that. So as I go into the punch, I shift into the left leg, take the crescent step. Now at this point, I'm shifting my weight onto my right leg until all the weight is on that foot. And I have to bring the left foot forward. So as it goes forward, if I don't do anything, the weight of that pulls my leg. So what I have to do now is, as that leg goes forward, I have to shift my body backwards. I think you can see my head going to the rear. Now that foot is just touching, and then I can shift on and do the rest of the move. Very difficult move, because there's a lot of adjustment that has to be made. Thank you.